So before we get started tonight, I do want to talk about something. First, wrestling, and then I'll get into college football. But something I do want to mention with wrestling is, so today, they had their event, which Crown Jewel, and Logan Paul won the United States Championship. And to me, they're kind of like kind of stuck right now. It seems like because now all of a sudden, you have two part-time champions on SmackDown, with Logan Paul being the U.S. champ. Logan Paul already said on his podcast, this is the last thing he's doing for 2023. He wants to sit back and relax for the rest of 2023. So I doubt you're gonna get another match out of it unless I guess you pay him. You pay him good money. He seems like he's pretty much done. He's like, I want to, like, I think the podcast probably filmed, a few weeks ago, but he said, I want to relax for I want to keep my foot on the gas pedal for the next 3 weeks, then do this match at Crown Jewel, and then call it a year and just, focus on Prime. But outside of that, I'm done with sports, whether it's boxing or wrestling. Obviously, Roman Reigns also, he retained his championship versus LA Knight. So now you got two part-time champions on SmackDown. You're also stuck. You got the whole you got the whole reign with Roman Reigns. He's been champion for over 1,000 days, which is 3 years. Gunther's been champion for what is it, over 500 days. So I guess because what they could have probably done is have Logan Paul beat Gunther for the Intercontinental Champion, and then at least you have a part-time champion on Raw, and then a part-time champion on SmackDown. Now instead you have two part-time champions on SmackDown. This is the problem with having long reigns, right? You have Roman Reigns being champion for three years. You have Gunther being champion for 500 days. How do you lose it now? You have to really make it good, right? You're not going to have this social media part-timer come in and beat Gunther. Maybe in the future, but maybe right now it's not ready for that. So now it's going to be interesting to see what they do with SmackDown, with both their main champion Roman Reigns and their mid-card champion both being part-timers. They're gonna have to really focus on the women's division, and they're gonna really have to focus on the tag teams. I don't know how long the plan is for Logan Paul to be champion, but for what I heard, he's ready to call it a year. This is for what I heard. This is like the last thing he wanted to do this year when it came to sports. Maybe you can convince him, I guess, to pay him money and do Survivor Series. But yeah, man, I don't know how smart this is to have both part-time champs on the same show on SmackDown now. Your Universal Undisputed WWE Champion is part-timer, and now so is your United States Champion, man. I'm scratching my ass. I don't even have hemorrhoids. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on. Let's talk about college football, man. A lot of stuff went down tonight on college football, ladies and gentlemen. All right, man. So we have freaking Ohio State, man. They survived. They're the number one team in the country. They beat Rutgers 35-16. Texas in overtime survives. They beat Kansas State 33-0. Ole Miss beats Texas A&M 38-35. Notre Dame loses once again, this time to Clemson 31-23. It's been a very inconsistent up and down season for Notre Dame. Tennessee beats the Sheriff Connecticut 59-3. Utah beats the Sheriff Arizona State 55-3. Army upsets Air Force 23-3. Georgia beats Missouri 30-21. Florida State beats Pittsburgh 24-7. Oklahoma State upsets Oklahoma 27-24. Oklahoma, just like that, are falling off a cliff, man. Penn State beats Maryland 51-15. Louisville beats Virginia Tech 34-3. Tulane beats East Carolina 13-10. Oregon beats the hell out of California 63-19. Kansas beats Iowa State 28-21. Michigan beats Purdue 41-13. Washington beats USC 52-42. And Alabama beats LSU 42-28. So let's talk about first USC, man. Once again, I believe this is the third time they lose in their last 4 games. This defense is up to the toilet paper. Um, a lot of people are making fun of Lincoln Riley. They said you had Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, and Caleb Williams, and you have not won a single playoff game. Pendejo face. This defense is terrible, man. He won't fire the defensive coordinator. There were some talks that Caleb Williams might come back for another year, but I don't think he's going to come back to this shit, man. Poor guy seems so fucking frustrated, man. He's scoring all these points, and the defense can't stop a diarrhea if they had Pepto-Bismol, man. Yeah, man, I don't know. Lincoln Riley, man, he's got to really fix the defense, man. Jesus Christ, man. As bad if it was in Oklahoma, it seems even worse than USC, man. It is just a horrendous defense, man. Pendejo face with Lincoln Riley, man. I guess he's like friends with the defensive coordinator, and that's why he doesn't want to fire him. Dude, screw that, man. You got to make a business decision, man. If you got to fire, you got to be tough enough to fire your best friend, man. You're going to get Lincoln Riley, man. I mean, come on, man. You got to get your head out of your ass here, buddy, man. If you ever want to win a championship, you got to take defense more seriously than this, Lincoln Riley. Otherwise, you're going to fall in the Chip Kelly category, which is great offensive mind coach, but could never get a good defense, can never even hire a good defensive coordinator. Jesus Christ, man. And then Alabama's back in it, man. I think they lost like one of the first 2 weeks in the season to Texas. But after that, they're back in it. They're 42-28. I think they're like freaking 9-1 now, whatever, 8-1, whatever the record is. All of a sudden, man, they're back in it. They're gonna probably go up a little bit in the rankings too. We'll see how high they go. I mean, Oklahoma lost, so maybe they can get a little bit higher. I don't know. I think Oklahoma was number 9, so I don't know, but they could. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they still have a chance. Maybe Alabama still has a chance. We'll see what happens. But it was a close game, but at the end, they did a great job in that fourth quarter of finally putting LSU away. So we'll see if they have a chance of gaining the playoffs. I don't think they will, but they are a top 10 team. They have won outside of that Texas game. They have won every game this year. It hasn't been pretty, but they've done it. So we'll see what the committee does with them, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, man. We'll see what the hell happens. Colorado, I believe, is losing again. Jesus Christ. Maybe at this point, just put USC Colorado in the same bowl game. Watch them play one of the New Year bowls. They're like, well, we can't get freaking neither USC or Colorado in the fucking playoffs. Let's at least get good ratings and put them in the fucking in one of the New Year bowls. I wouldn't be surprised at all. If it's on my fault, I wouldn't be surprised if they put USC versus Colorado in one of these New Year bowls. Honestly, man, and that's in the Big Daddy, not the Little Daddy. But that's pretty much all I have to say today, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, I'm out like holla, man. I'm out. Have a good night, everybody. Just checking the fuck on out of here, man. Tomorrow we have a very good NFL games. Kansas City, Miami, Philadelphia, Dallas, Buffalo, Cincinnati, man. Great games, man. Tomorrow, man, sit back, relax, and strap it down. Cannot wait for the good NFL games, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait. Today, man, very high-scoring games, man. That fucking back in the day, that Alabama LSU game used to be a fucking back in the day, that Alabama LSU game used to be defensive battle, and now fucking what was the final score? 42-28. Jesus Christ, high scoring, man. And Georgia's defense doesn't look that good either. I don't think there's a team this year that has a great defense, right? Alabama's defense isn't that good. Neither is LSU's. Neither is Georgia's. What has happened to these fucking great defenses, man, in college football, man? We used to have so many good defenses, man, in college football, and that is no longer the case for some reason this year. I think maybe I don't know. For some reason this year, Alabama and Georgia have struggled. I don't know. They haven't. They got to do a better job of maybe restocking next year on high schoolers. Maybe a lot of Jalen Carter and all these guys going to the NFL. Maybe next year, same thing for Alabama. Maybe next year they'll restock. Maybe this year they have a lot of youngers, like a lot of freshmen and sophomores. Maybe next year they go bigger and stronger and play better defense. Because I'm looking around, who's like a defensive team It's all about high scoring in 2023 but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm out like a light. Have a good night, everybody.